relive that time.
That was it, and that's how it comes across. I mean, did you guys know much about that era then? If you weren't around, was it a bit of an eye-opener to you to have to go through those clothes, look at the pictures?
Yeah.
Get the haircuts as well.
Well, because one actually was at rehearsal, and we went downstairs for a cup of tea, and the makeup and costume lady came through, and we wasn't really sure what we'd be doing with our hair or anything, and she got this book out, and there's these girls, these blonde hair, and they had shaved up here, one with a massive fringe, and she went, "That's for you," and I went, "What?" You can imagine. So before that, I never really was thinking about what the hair was like. I didn't know what a wedge really was until I saw it. But when we had our haircuts and when we was in the costume and stuff, it just added to everything else. It was great.
Yeah, it must have made it much more real for you to be there.
Yeah.
In all the right outfits. With the music, I thought was fantastic as well. And there was so much music I didn't really know, and I didn't really know like the main track, the Ultravox track, Savage, which I always think Ultravox Major. Yeah. But it was like that was quite an eye opener. I mean, it was when you were shooting it, were you aware that they were going to be using things like the Cure and Joy Division? Is that part? Because that's such an integral part of the film.
I mean, it's like you said before. It's in the script. As you read the script, it has played in the background, so so when we were reading
it was that well thought of. Every mode, every mood, wherever the story goes. Kev wrote a song that he'd like, and I've never had that in a script before either.
Yeah.
So as an actor as well, two actors or all the actors who was in it, we could really relate to what we were trying to get across, and that was quite.
And we got a soundtrack didn't we, before we got they put on the TV with an email all over the songs and said, "Listen to this. This is like
this is the soundtrack.
This is what pushed the era forward." And we got to listen to that, and that really helps. And it's a massive. It's all a massive part. Every little intricate detail. It's all big. It all matters. It's not there just for the sake of being there. It has a reason and importance to be there. So.
Nick, we'll go back to the characters. One of the things I thought, because you have a real antagonistic sort of relationship with Baby in the film, because he hates you as soon as he sees you. Well, I mean, that's a bit strong. But,
no, I see what you mean.
Did you work on that with Oliver Lee, the actor, or was that because he's really good in that? Because you really don't trust him as soon as you sort of see him. He's very dangerous. I mean, was that something you worked on with him? Was that all in the script?
No, it's just in the script, isn't it? Me and Ollie never once went, well, maybe if we did this, or if you did that, that'd be great. It was just something that maybe the guy hates me, I don't know, maybe he's compassionate to him, I don't know. But I mean, I've worked with Oliver before, and I know what he's capable of, and he knows what I'm capable of. And,
very good.
It's just, sometimes it's just a case of trusting the person that, you're opposite and saying, well, just let them do what they want to do, and hopefully, it's all going to come out, and it did. And Oliver was, like I say, he's fantastic in this film. I mean,
it's really threatening straight away.
Yes.
And it's kind of it's the fact that the way he dresses as well, and the fact that it's so easy for him to go around and stab someone. It's quite. It's very simple. It's vicious.
Lad, and Oliver plays it, as it should be.
He was superb.
So I think it's just one of them things that luckily it just kind of it was very easy. We found it very easy just to do. We just trusted what Kevin wrote, and then we just trusted each other, and it came through. So
totally.
It's nice to hear they worked out.
No, it did. It's brilliant. Liam, your part of Elvis is really interesting because he's part sort of hooligan, but part bohemian.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, did that attract you to it, and how was that playing?
I mean, playing it was great because I could do different things, and I could probably get away with, one day I'd be doing this and one day I'd do that, and it'd be totally different. And having that opportunity was great for a young actor anyway. But I think the script kind of points out that the fact that he wants to be basically bohemian, and he wants basically what Carty's got, and it's vice versa, I think. So, but for Elvis, playing someone who's so diverse, it was a great honour, really, to be fair. And in regards to doing it justice, I did what I thought was good enough, but I had an opportunity, and I think I rose to it, but I could easily have been a bit nervous about the fact that I'm going to be doing such diverse stuff. But you just got to take it on your stride, and you just got to go for it. And I think Elvis turns out to be quite a diverse character, and it's really interesting to play.
you don't think he's going to go that way at the start.
No.
There's so much more to it.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Obviously, the way it's been written, it's kind of the journey that you probably wouldn't really get unless you watched it, and you wouldn't expect to see it.
Yeah. And just finally, one last question. One of the things we do on our website is talk about people's sort of influences and who's been an inspiration to them. Could you just talk us about anyone that's inspired you through your career? Musically, films, anything really, directors, or even just who you like. Really.
It's an interesting one. Well, for me, I'll go first. I used to watch a lot of films. I used to, funnily enough, watch a lot of 18s when I was about 10. And I used to watch like a lot of Total Recall stuff. I used to love sci-fi. I had this massive obsession with Star Wars. I was obsessed as a kid with anything to do with space and Star Wars or anything like that. So when acting came into my head, I just wanted to be like Luke Skywalker or one of these characters, and I just wanted to be in space because I wanted to be an astronaut. I wanted to be an astronaut when I was about 5 till the age of 22. But I'm more joking. But so them kind of space films. Spaceballs was brilliant. I love the comedy element to it. But
which is always good.
Exactly, can't go wrong. But I think people now who I look up to is Danny Boyle stuff. I think everything he's done has been great, and it's so inspirational.
Well, the thing is, he seems to be able to do anything he wants. He jumps from any genre, sci-fi, drama, Slumdog Millionaire, almost a musical.
I know. It's so incredible. And for me, things like that, seeing such diversity for anyone, actor, director, writer. That's something that interests me, and and I'm still interested right now, and it's something that probably keeps me going. Really.
Brilliant. And Nick, do you have anything?
You should watch a lot of films.
Yeah.
I've always loved films. My DVD collection's obscenely big. I've
got half of it.
I mean, from a young age, I used to watch a lot of gangster films. A lot of Godfather, a lot of Goodfellas, and stuff like that.
That's classics. You can watch them anytime.
The performances that those boys were able to put in them films are kind of like, I want to be able to do that when I'm older. And then I guess just my family have always pushed me to do what I do, and I've wanted to do this, and they've always supported me, and I've been very lucky in that respect. That they've always been there and saying, look, if this is what you want to do, you go ahead and do it. So that's always been a big help for me. And I guess just picking up on little things and watching different films. I had a lot of Danny Boyle stuff, a lot of Shane Meadows stuff.
Oh, Shane Meadows.
Yeah.
Well, the one thing that Awaydays reminded me of was This Is England, and in a good way. And they complement each other.
Yeah.
The same kind of time, same kind of people. Kids growing up, finding out who they are. And Stephen Graham being in both of them as well, and being so completely different.
That's something that was interesting for him, I think, because it's really different. They tick on different levels. And it's great to work with Stephen as well.
It's
great,
fantastic, and just doing stuff like that and watching stuff like that kind of gets you in the mood for him. Being able to do different things and watching actors like people like Johnny Depp and the big people of the world that can just go from role to role and just become someone completely different.
He's all over the place.
And you're watching. If I could do that, or if I can be half of that, then I'm on the right track.
Okay, well that's great. Thanks very much.
No,
appreciate your time.
Well, I really enjoyed it.
Thanks.